Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to today's science class. So we are in chapter 4, diseases, and today we are going to understand about the preventive measures of the following two types of diseases, which are diseases that spread, which are also known as communicable diseases, and then we'll also discuss about the preventive measures of the diseases that do not spread or diseases which are known as non-communicable. So in the last class, we discussed about these two types of diseases, and I also shared a video link regarding these two types of diseases. I hope you must have gone through that video, you have watched that video, and I have also asked you to note down the important points, which has been discussed in the video. So today we'll continue from that, and also we'll recall few of the important things regarding these two diseases, and then we will start today's topic, that is how we can prevent ourselves from these two types of diseases. So let's have a quick recap of the things which we have discussed in the last class. So last class we discussed about these two types of diseases, which are known as communicable diseases, or which are also known as infectious diseases, and then diseases that do not spread or which are non-communicable. So let's start with the key points of these two types of diseases. So diseases that spread uh, are called what? Communicable diseases, and mainly the carriers of this disease are some germs which can spread from one person to another easily, and it can spread through different mediums such as air, water. Then it can also be spread through food or other insects. So these are some of the ways in which this disease can be spread. So let us discuss them one by one once again. So firstly, these diseases can be spread through air, through water. Then if we touch certain infectious places or surfaces, or it can be also spread by insects. So these are some of the carriers or some of the mediums through which this disease can be spread. So diseases that spread through air are called airborne diseases. So germs from unhealthy people spread through the air when they cough or sneeze. So even now the world is facing a disease which is known as COVID-19, and we very well know about the medium through which it can be spread. So in fact it can be spread through touch, or it can also be spread through air. Earlier it was being said by WHO that it cannot be spread through air, but later on it was found that it is also spread through air. So this is not only an airborne disease, but it can also be spread through touch. So here for COVID-19 we can say that both air as well as touch is a medium through which it can be spread. So to prevent ourselves from this kind of diseases, we should be always wearing what? Mask, because these airborne diseases can spread easily through air. So which can be common cold, chickenpox, or measles. So some of the common diseases that can spread through air are common cold, or which is also known as flu. Then we have chickenpox and also measles. So these are some of the common diseases that can be spread through air, and so they are the example of airborne diseases. Then let us discuss about waterborne diseases. So diseases that spread through water are called waterborne diseases. For example, typhoid, dysentery, cholera. So please, you can highlight these important examples regarding airborne diseases such as cold, common cold, chickenpox, measles, and also for waterborne diseases such as typhoid, dysentery, and cholera. So these things you can mark in your book. So you can highlight these points, which will help you to recall during your revision time. So please mark these important points in your textbook. Then we have certain diseases that can spread through touch. So germs from the diseased or infected people may stick to things which they touch and to clothes which they wear. So touching those things, then touching your eyes, nose, mouth, or any cut in your body may allow germs to enter the body. So once these germs enter the body, it can replicate itself very rapidly and it can reproduce itself very rapidly, and as a result we get infected. So we should be careful uh, about touching any surface, and especially now where every day we are being asked not to touch our nose or eyes whenever we go outside or we touch any surface, because this COVID-19 can spread very fast. So it can enter through our eyes, it can enter through our nose, it can enter through our mouth. So we should be very careful, and we should preferably wear mask. So whenever we go outside, we should make ensure that we wash our hands properly, and therefore if any chances of germs sticking to your hand is there, it will be uh, reduced. So we should wash our hand regularly so that these germs do not stick to your hand. Then there are some diseases that spread by insects, like mosquitoes, houseflies, etc. So for example, malaria, dengue, chikungunya. So these are the four different types of diseases, or we can say the ways in which diseases can spread. So these are, once again let us repeat. So these are airborne diseases, waterborne diseases, diseases that spread through touch, and also diseases that are spread by insects. So these are some of the diseases or some of the ways in which these communicable diseases may spread. So now let us discuss about non-communicable diseases or non-infectious diseases, diseases that do not spread. So what are those diseases? Let us see. So diseases that do not spread. Uh, some diseases are not caused by germs. These diseases do not spread from one person to another. So these are the diseases which are not spread by germs, and so they are called non-communicable or non-infectious diseases. So they do not spread from one person to another. So let us discuss how these diseases are caused. So we know very well that vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients, they play a very vital role for healthy body. So if certain nutrients are missing in our body, definitely it will result in some kind of abnormalities in our body. So the body needs nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and protein, and if the body does not get all these nutrients, then we may become sick. So we should ensure a proper diet which will include all the essential nutrients, and we have discussed these things in the uh, chapter of digestion, where we have discussed about food and its components which are essential for our growth. Thereby we should try to get all the essential nutrients in our diet. So here mainly the vitamins which has been discussed here are vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, E, and K, and we'll also see how they are helpful. Then some diseases which are caused when these nutrients, they are uh, being scarce, or they are less in our body, or sometimes they are missing in our body. So let us discuss some of the common diseases which are caused when these nutrients, they are not present in our body. So when we have deficiency of vitamin A, then we may suffer from what? Night blindness. So this disease is caused due to deficiency of what? Vitamin A. Then next disease which is caused due to deficiency of vitamin C is what? Scurvy. So scurvy is caused due to deficiency of vitamin C. Similarly, due to deficiency of vitamin B, beriberi is caused. Then due to deficiency of iron. So iron is what? Mineral, and due to deficiency of iron, a disease or we can call it a blood disease, which is known as anemia, is caused. Then due to deficiency of iodine, goiter is caused. So there will be a swelling in your neck region, and that disease is called goiter. So these are some of the common diseases which are caused due to deficiency of these vitamins. So we should ensure that we take balanced diet where these nutrients are present sufficiently, or in an adequate amount. So sometimes even internal organ system may not work properly, and due to that, uh, also sometimes we may suffer from diseases. So for example, organs like liver, if they do not work, it will lead to indigestion and will not be able to eat the food properly. So that is caused due to liver, improper functioning of liver, and it is called liver disease. And also sometimes we know that people who have fats, they have high cholesterol, and they are more prone to heart diseases. So one may suffer from heart failure also, or cardiac arrest also. So that's why we should ensure that we do not take too much of cholesterol in our food. So these are some uh, diseases which are caused due to organ failure or improper functioning of the organs. Then harmful substances in food, water, or air also cause diseases. So sometimes we are not eating hygienic food, or we are not drinking hygienic water, then it may also lead to certain diseases. So we have already discussed about those diseases in the previous part, about diseases that spread through water, food, or air. So then certain allergies may also occur due to this. So even uh, uh, due to presence of certain unhygienic things in water or food or even in air may lead to what? Allergies. Then the weather can also be sometimes the reason for abnormal uh, body behavior. Now, what are those weather conditions? So weather conditions like extreme hot or cold weather can also cause some diseases or allergies. Example, heat stroke or frostbites. So these are some of the things which are related to our weather conditions. Then some diseases are passed on to children from their parents at the time of birth. Example, hemophilia. So there are certain diseases which are genetic, which are caused because of their inherent characteristics from the parents. So these are called genetic diseases. So example is given, hemophilia. So this is a genetic disease. So these are some of the diseases which we have discussed, or rather it was discussed in that video. So now let us discuss how this type of diseases can be prevented. So let's start with the first type of disease, that is diseases that spread. So what are the different methods in which it can be prevented? So let's see. Prevention of diseases that spread. So there are different ways of preventing the diseases that spread from one person to another. So here first we'll discuss about prevention of airborne diseases. So what are airborne or how airborne diseases are prevented? So we have already discussed the importance of using mask. So use a handkerchief while sneezing or coughing. So the first point, we all know nowadays we are being asked to wear the mask whenever we go outside. So either mask or handkerchief, we should always put a handkerchief whenever we sneeze or cough, so that the virus or that germ do not spread outside and get or it infects to anyone else who is nearby. So we should always cover our nose or mouth whenever we sneeze or cough. Then wear a mask in a crowded place. So rightly so, we all know the importance of mask now. whenever we go out, we always carry a mask with us. So here you can see the girl is wearing a mask. So uh, we all know now the importance of wearing mask. Then do not spit here and there. So now it is considered as a crime because government has already said and no one can spit in public place. So that is also one of the causes of the spread of this COVID-19. So we should not spit here and there. Then we should keep the doors and windows of the house open during mornings and evening. This allows sunlight to come into the house. Sunlight can kill disease causing germs. So during morning at least we should open the windows so that sunlight can enter our rooms, and this will kill the disease causing germs. Then vaccinations. Vaccinations are preventive medicines. They protect us from many airborne diseases. For example, tuberculosis and measles. Uh, so vaccination is very much essential. They are part of the preventive measures of this kind of diseases. So now let us discuss about the preventive measures of diseases that spread through touch. So to prevent this kind of diseases, we should regularly wash our hands with soap and water before and after eating. So this will also prevent diseases spread by touch. Then wash both hands and legs with soap and water after using the toilet. So whenever we use toilet, we should also wash our hands and legs with soap and water. This will also prevent diseases by touch. So now let us discuss about the preventive measures of waterborne diseases. So we should avoid using cold water or ice cream and so on from the roadside soaps. So we should not have ice creams or other cold water from the streets because they may lead to infections. So we should avoid using that. Then we must drink clean water. We should always drink boiling water uh, because boiling kills the germs. Therefore before drinking water we should always boil the water. These days we use water purifiers for purifying water. As you can see in this picture, uh, this is also an effective method to purify the water. So nowadays we know about this water purifiers. So but still I would say we should drink boiled water. So this is how we should uh, drink purified water. Then vaccination protects us from waterborne diseases. Example, polio, typhoid, hepatitis vaccines. So there are certain vaccines which are available for diseases like polio, typhoid, and hepatitis. So these are the waterborne diseases. These diseases spread through water, and so to prevent ourselves from these waterborne diseases, we can also use these vaccines. In fact, we must use or we must take vaccine. So these vaccines are generally given to the children below the age of 5 to 10. So you must have also got this vaccine, so don't worry about these diseases. But still you should not have things which are available in the streets to prevent yourself from the diseases. Then uh, preventing uh, the spread of diseases by insects, how we can prevent. Then we very well know about mosquitoes that can spread malaria. So here mosquitoes spread many harmful diseases like malaria, dengue, and so on. So we all know they are the cause for this kind of diseases. Then wearing full sleeve clothes and full pants may prevent mosquito bites. So we should try to avoid mosquito bites because they cause what? Diseases such as malaria, dengue, and other such diseases. So applying a mosquito repellent cream or lotion when you go out to play is also important. So then we should always use mosquito nets when we sleep. Sleeping under a mosquito net is also a way to prevent mosquito bites. So during night, we should use mosquito nets. So mosquitoes lay eggs in stagnant water, so we must ensure that there is no stagnant water in and around our neighborhood. So we should always ensure that the water is not accumulated anywhere around our surroundings, so this may prevent the breeding of the mosquitoes. So once we stop the breeding of mosquitoes, we can prevent ourselves from this kind of diseases. Then let's talk about diseases that do not spread, how we can prevent the diseases that do not spread, which is the last part of our today's class. So let's see. Okay, so prevention of diseases that do not spread. We have already discussed how certain diseases are caused due to deficiency of nutrients in our body. So to avoid diseases that do not spread, we should eat balanced diet with all the nutrients in the required amounts. So we have already discussed the importance of balanced diet. Balanced diet is very much essential for our proper growth, and also we know, to make our immune system strong, we should have good food, we should have balanced diet, so that we have enough vitamins and minerals in our body that can fight with the diseases, so that makes our immune system very strong. Then uh, we should try to avoid eating junk food. So this is also very much important. We should try to avoid eating junk food. So we have discussed many times that junk food is not good. It contains a lot of fats and cholesterol, which is not good for our heart. So this food should be avoided. Then we should eat freshly prepared food, milk and fruits. So as much as possible, we should always try to eat fresh food, not the food which has been prepared long ago. So we should always try to have fresh food and also fruits. Then we should also exercise and play outdoor games. So to keep ourselves physically fit, we should also uh, do some daily exercises, and we should try to also play some outdoor games. So we should also play outdoor games that will keep our body physically fit. So people who live in cities should wear special masks when they go outdoors to protect themselves from dust and other particles present in the air, such as smoke. And most importantly, we should stay relaxed and happy. So this is most important. We should be very much relaxed. We should not be undergoing through any kind of anxiety or tension. So nowadays it is very much important to keep ourselves happy, uh, and also we should not try to be very depressed or very tensed. We should always try to be happy. Being worried about anything or being angry makes our body weak, which can make us sick easily. So therefore we should try to be very happy. Then in spite of taking all the care, if we suffer from any disease, we should go to doctor. The doctor diagnoses the disease and gives medicines to treat it. So we should visit a doctor when we fall sick, because doctor will do the diagnosis, and the doctor will be able to know the cause of the disease, and accordingly doctor will give medicine. So whenever we fall sick or we suffer from any kind of disease, we should immediately visit a doctor, so that way doctor will help us to uh, cure ourselves. So doctor will provide the medicine based on the diagnosis report. So whatever is the cause of disease, they will be able to know by doing the diagnosis. So we have already discussed the importance of diagnosis for doctors. So these are some of the ways in which we can prevent ourselves from these two types of diseases. What are the two types of diseases? Diseases are communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. So this is all about today's class. So today we have discussed the different ways of preventing ourselves from these two types of diseases. So that's all for today's class. Thank you, my dear students.